All right, good Tuesday morning. You're catching our First Alert weather live stream. Thanks for tuning in. However you're catching this, whether it be through YouTube or Roku or through our apps. Live from the First Alert Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Steve Beylon. Well, it's been a foggy start to our day in some places, but not everywhere. A lot of the fog that we had this morning was closer to the lake shore, and especially north and west of the Fox cities, but a lot of that fog has faded away. We'll give you a live view from our Appleton sky cam. A little hazy right now, but the visibility is good as we look east down College Avenue. Looks like the traffic down College Avenue has calmed down a bit since the morning rush started. Temperature is 61, dew point 57. The air is calm. And there's that better visibility across the area. Still a little bit of thin fog around Iron Mountain, Michigan, but elsewhere visibility is, looking pretty good. Temperatures now getting into the low 60s in a lot of spots. 60 in Green Bay, 61 in Shawano. North and west, we're still in the 50s. There's a flock of 57s for Wapaka, Wausau, Anago, and for Rhinelander. And it is going to be a warm afternoon. Our high should hit 81. Yesterday we had 80 in Green Bay, today 81, so just 1 degree warmer. We'll have hazy sun and clouds. And in the afternoon there is a slight, I want to stress that, a slight chance of a shower or a thunder shower. That's because of a disturbance which has been producing some scattered showers across northern Iowa. That dashed brown line you see down there, it's a trough of low pressure. Essentially what it is high up in the sky there's a wave in the atmosphere. Now think of it this way. If you're in a lake or an ocean and a wave comes, what happens is you're swimming, and then when the wave comes and the crest of the wave arrives, you rise up with the wave. Well, that's what happens to the air. The air rises as the wave passes through. That helps to form clouds, occasionally precipitation, and then when the wave moves away, then you drop back down. So you get sinking air behind that wave. So as this disturbance, this trough of low pressure comes in from the southwest, we will see clouds bubbling up and a chance of some showers, perhaps a thunder shower. The lack of moisture in the atmosphere is going to help inhibit some of this rain. So First Alert Pinpoint Predictor shows a little bit of some fog, but it's fading away very quickly. Here's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It looks like partly cloudy skies. Now, initially, when we were tracking this a day or two ago, it looked like most of these widely scattered showers and thunder showers would be tracking across the north woods into upper Michigan. Now that rain chance is a little farther south, but that said, you're not seeing a lot of rain on the map, are you? Widely scattered showers and thunder showers this afternoon. This is about a 1 in 4 rain chance, which will continue tonight and maybe into daybreak tomorrow, but that's probably the extent of it. You're probably noticing some haze out there. We'll have more haze as we go into the afternoon, especially this evening. Some of it this morning is because of the fog fading away, but more haze later today because of wildfire smoke. And we've had this on and off for the past couple weeks. A lot of this smoke is blowing off of humongous wildfires that are out in California and Western Canada, and the upper level winds are just blowing that into our direction. And so a fresh plume of it is heading into Wisconsin today, and it is going to give us kind of that milky white glow to the sky. And as the sun sets, sunset today at 7:11, well, you'll probably notice an odd orangey glow, or it might look a little bit washed out depending on the cloud cover or the thickness of that wildfire smoke. The good thing is that this wildfire smoke is elevated. In other words, it's high enough in the sky where it really isn't going to have a big impact on the air quality. I think for the most part, that's going to stay good. The high temperatures today, about as warm as yesterday, maybe a hair warmer. 80 in the Fox cities, 81 in Fond du Lac. You'll notice in the north and along the lakeshore, a little cooler where highs will be mostly in the mid to upper 70s. 74 is average for the 10th day of September. Our next weather maker, a heat wave. And we've been talking about this for the past few days, first alerting you to all the changes to it. It's not going to be a humid stretch, but it is going to be a very warm stretch. Some people would call it hot. I really, this is just me and my odd self. I don't like dropping the word hot in the forecast unless the heat index starts to get 90 or hotter. And the actual air temperatures, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, those will be in the mid to upper 80s. And so that's definitely very warm. Some people would call it hot. I'm not going to argue on that. We will cool down a little bit as we go into the weekend. The one thing that's probably preventing me from saying hot is the fact that it's going to be a dry heat. And I did the air quotes there. This isn't dry heat from Arizona or New Mexico. This is Wisconsin standards dry heat with highs well in the 80s and dew points only in the 50s. That's not very sticky at all. It isn't going to be a humid stretch. Now, you'll notice the dew point creeps up to 62 on Sunday, and that might be a little bit of some moisture from Tropical Storm Francine. If I've got some time, I'll try to show that to you here. But I do want to show the First Alert Super 7-day forecast. So there are those high temperatures again, 81, 85, 87, 84 for the rest of the week. Today, hazy, sun and clouds, chance of a shower or thunder shower this afternoon. Severe weather is not expected. Maybe there's a shower sunrise tomorrow, but then we'll get back into some sun. Thursday, Friday look dry. And let's talk about those evenings because we've got some sporting events going on. The T-Rats, they are home to, Thursday evening against the Quad City Bandits. This is game 2 of their playoff series, and temperatures will be dropping from the 80s down into the 70s, and there'll be fair skies. A nice night for the boys of summer and the boys of fall. Is that a phrase for football? I don't think it is it? High school football games Friday night look warm, but pretty decent. Temperatures dropping down through the 70s. We'll have some high cloud cover, but it's probably going to stay dry. The Operation Football game of the week is Neenah at Kaukauna. A big battle in the valley. Two big teams there. And of course, we'll have highlights of all the games all across Northeast Wisconsin on Action 2 News at 10 that night. And then we've got some football to talk about here in Titletown on Sunday. The Packers are home against the Indianapolis Colts. And it appears that we are not going to have Jordan Love at QB. We will have more clouds and maybe a shower. There's about a 30% chance of rain for the game. At noon, at the kickoff, 77 degrees. By the end of the game, our high of 81. Southwest winds around 5 to 10 miles an hour. And the clouds that you see there for Saturday and Sunday, those clouds may be blowing in because of Francine, this tropical storm that I've been talking about. I'm going to actually make a little switcheroo here in my weather graphics so I can see if I can play this for you here. All right, so I'm kind of doing some stuff behind the scenes here. All right, so there's Tropical Storm Francine, and you're looking at all the rain swirling around the storm circulation, and we're using these colored cloud tops here to kind of show you where there's new thunderstorm development. So when you see the reds and the purples, that's like fresh thunderstorms blossoming in the atmosphere. You can see how we had a round of fresh thunderstorms, and there was another round just to the northeast of Francine. And so Francine is getting her act together. She's starting to become more organized. At last check from the National Hurricane Center, Francine is 125 miles southeast of the mouth of the Rio Grande River, moving slowly to the north at only 5 miles an hour. You know, most of us can even walk faster than that. So it's just creeping along. But the winds going around Francine, well, those are a lot faster, around 65 miles an hour. Now, Francine is going to pick up some speed over the next day or so and begin to curve to the northeast. And later today, most likely will turn into a hurricane. A Category 1, then probably switching over to a Category 2 right before it makes landfall heading into tomorrow evening along the Louisiana coast. You know, they got just pounded by some heavy rain last week, and now they're going to get hit by heavy rain again. And along with that heavy rain, they'll have widespread wind damage and a big storm surge, and so it's a really unfortunate situation for Louisiana, who always seems to be in the crosshairs of these kind of situations, these storms. Now, as the moisture from the remnants of Francine make their way northward up the Mississippi Valley, it'll be interesting to see what happens. The circulation of the storm is not going to get up to Wisconsin, but some of this moisture could make its way into the western Great Lakes. And I would suspect that what we're going to get out of that is some high and then mid-level cloud cover, especially Friday into Saturday. And as a result, the temperatures will come down a few degrees. And then if the clouds are thick enough and we have enough rising air in the atmosphere on Sunday, enough moisture, we could see a few showers. I think the computers that guide us in the right direction here probably struggling a little bit to figure out exactly how this is going to evolve. But I would be flexible with your weekend plans because we may have a little bit of some rain here and there. But I think in general, trying to figure out exactly when, that might be right now a fool's errand as far as trying to figure out exactly when the showers are going to happen. So I've got a chance of rain for that Packers-Colts game, just a chance right now. If you don't have our free WBAY First Alert Weather app, you can scan the QR code on the left side of the screen, and that downloads the app right to your tablet, to your phone. And there's lots of wonderful features on there, updated hour-by-hour forecast. I think that thing updates, is it every 6 hours? Every 3 hours? I think it's every 3 hours. Every 3 hours, that hour-by-hour forecast is updating, and so you're just getting fresh information constantly on that app. And we send out multiple video clips to that app, giving you what we know to you. And whenever there was rain and snow and storms, there's wonderful storm tracking features in there. So it's definitely something that comes in handy, especially when there is inclement weather. So hazy sun and clouds, a slight chance of a thunder shower this afternoon, slim chance of rain tonight into sunrise tomorrow. And then it's just hot and, for the most part, sunny weather for Thursday and into Friday. And in case you're wondering, those high temperatures shouldn't get hot enough to break any record highs. Those will be in the 90s. Those will be a little too high for us to obtain. But the temperatures will still be about 10 to 15 degrees warmer than average for the middle of September. All right, thanks for watching the live stream. I hope you have a great Tuesday. We'll be back on the TV side of things in 15 minutes with Action 2 News mid-morning. And Aisha Morales will have the top news stories of the day, and I'll give you a little bit more weather. All right, see you around. Thank you.